Am I too old for this? Do I have the energy? Will people laugh at me? Isn't it annoying when people keep telling you that age is just a number, especially when you're over the age of 40? But hey, the facts are on their side, and there's so much proof to back it up. Let's talk about some of these legends who found success later in life and see what is inspiring about them. What can we learn from those that have been there and done it? Here are a few that have caught my eye. Let's start with Martha Stewart. She was 41 years old when she released her first cookbook. Previous to that, she'd done several things, including catering. She had a catering business that she ran with a best friend. She'd run a catering business for years before a big-time New York publisher by the name of Alan Merkin hired her to cater an event for him. He was so impressed by Martha's ability to cook and to be a hostess that he offered her an opportunity to write her own cookbook. After the success of that first cookbook, she went on to write several more cookbooks and appeared numerous times on the Oprah Winfrey Show, eventually leading to her own show. Now, later on, she did go to jail for tax evasion, but when she got out, she became even bigger. I absolutely love her. Like, I've seen her on the roast. I've seen her. She hangs out with Snoop Dogg, and they're just funny. I think that she's more relatable now, and she's 81 years old, than she was when she was in her prime doing her lifestyle show. What an amazing woman. To face everything that she faced, reinvent herself, and come back bigger and better. Truly. Up next is Ray Kroc. Ray was 52 years old when he discovered McDonald's. Before that, he was crisscrossing the country as a milkshake mixer salesman. Now, to be honest, I didn't know who Ray Kroc was until the movie The Founder came out. Now, if Batman himself is going to play him, I guess he was kind of important. I'm glad I watched the movie. Good movie. But after seeing that movie, I learned something. Opportunity knocks at all ages. So like him or hate him, the dude built something special. He set McDonald's on the path to what it is today, feeding 69 million people daily. Now, to me, that's very impressive. The next person on this list is Vera Wang. Vera Wang never designed a dress until she was 40. Now, I know some of you are going to say that she was successful before she became an international famous designer, and that is correct. She was the youngest editor ever of Vogue magazine. She could have been very successful, and she could have been quite wealthy just by being the editor of the world's largest magazine. But she took an opportunity because she couldn't find somebody or a dress that she liked. So she went, I'm going to design it myself. Today she's worth over $600 million, and every celebrity wants to wear a Vera Wang dress. And just about every woman on the planet wants to wear a Vera Wang design wedding dress. That's success. The next person on this list is my personal favourite, my GOAT, the great Harlan Sanders, also known as Colonel Sanders. If you don't know who Colonel Sanders is, he was 65 years old when he franchised KFC. Why do I keep saying KFC? Because I'm a modern man and it hasn't been Kentucky Fried Chicken for a long time. My personal favourite, the GOAT, the great Colonel Sanders. He was 65 years old when he started franchising Kentucky Fried Chicken. Before that, he'd done many things. He'd even shot a bloke over a war on billboard signs. But that guy just kept moving forward until people started loving his chicken, but it was taking way too long to cook. And one day, somebody showed up with a pressure cooker, and he perfected his fried chicken. So much so that he then went on to sell it, franchise it, become the face of the company. Everybody knows KFC and the Colonel. And he didn't get that until he was 65 years of age. But an opportunity came, and he grabbed it up. He's my personal hero. Love you, Colonel. I think about these people and their success stories a lot different to how I used to think about them, if I thought about them at all. Most of the time when I'd hear these stories, it was in one ear and out the other. It just didn't stick in there. It didn't relate to me. I couldn't care less. But since I've started this journey, I've thought about people and success stories a lot different. I see them in a different light. I can only imagine that all these people, like us, had the same fears, the same doubts, the same question of, am I too old? Am I too old for this? Do I have the energy? Will people laugh at me? And that's where I now take that inspiration from these people, because even though they probably had those questions running through their mind like you and I, they still did it. They weren't held back. They saw an opportunity. Something showed up and they grabbed it with both hands, no matter the age. You look at someone like Grandma Moses. She was 76 when she started painting. I know she painted earlier in her life, but she took up painting again at age 76 because she's had sore hands and she couldn't knit no more. And she painted for another 21 years. 101, she was still painting. I can only hope that in 30 years' time, when I'm around that age, maybe there's a new opportunity for me to do something new and take my life in another direction, continue on. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've seen what is possible if you push on through that fear. I believe that's one of the advantages of getting older. We see things in a different light these days, and we can deal with them. On a little personal note, I had all those questions about starting this YouTube channel. I actually thought nobody would watch it. I thought everybody's just gonna like avoid me like the plague because I don't speak well. I don't particularly own the camera space. But guess what? You guys have been absolutely amazing in the support that you've given me and the confidence to keep going and to. I don't want to go into that, but I do thank everybody for it. So to every legend out there that's doing something different over the age of 40, who fought through the fights of, am I too old? Will people care? Do I have the energy for it? To all those that said yes, hats off, big round of applause. Maybe one day I'll be looked back as somebody who wasn't afraid, who continued to push on through, try new things. That would be the biggest compliment ever.